It all started with a text. Brandon the Awesome, a guy I knew vaguely from online, was inviting me to some events. Not just any events, mind you. These were events that could only be cooked up in the mind of, well, Brandon the Awesome. First, a Diddy party. I wasn't sure what that meant, but the name alone was enough to give me pause. Then a visit to Epstein Island. I choked on my drink. Was he serious? Finally, a tour of his new business venture, an anime body pillow shop specializing in Ian Hawke body pillows. Ian Hawke, the washed-up pop star from Alvin and the Chipmunks? I was baffled. What did these things even have in common? Why was Brandon so obsessed with them? And why on earth did he think I'd want to be a part of it? Before I could even process my confusion, another text popped up. "Gotta come, man," it read. "Only real fans are down for this." A fake fan? Was that what I was if I didn't want to go to a party celebrating something I didn't understand, visit an island with an incredibly disturbing history, or surround myself with pillows adorned with the face of a fictional has-been? I decided to start by asking for clarification. What exactly is a Diddy party? I texted back. The response was almost instantaneous, but no less confusing. "It's gonna be lit," he wrote. "We're gonna blast P. Diddy all night and talk about whether that yokai watch character Whisper is autistic or just poorly written." Okay, that cleared up absolutely nothing. I knew P. Diddy was a rapper, but what did that have to do with the children's anime? And why was diagnosing a fictional character with autism the main event? I tried to steer the conversation towards something, anything that made sense. "About Epstein Island," I began, but he cut me off. "Dude, it's not what you think," he typed back, seemingly oblivious to the fact that what I did think was pretty darn bad. "We're going to reclaim it from the woke mob, make it a safe space for free thinkers." This was getting weirder by the minute. I couldn't let the Epstein Island comment slide. "Brandon," I typed carefully, "that's incredibly insensitive. People suffered there." His reply was quick and dismissive. "It's all propaganda, man. The media blows everything out of proportion. We're going to expose the truth." I knew then that this was going beyond eccentric invitations. This was about something darker, something twisted in Brandon's perception of the world. Was he serious about this truth? Or was he just trying to be provocative, to shock me with his outrageousness? Whatever his reasoning, I knew one thing for sure. I wasn't going anywhere near that island. Section 4. Anime Abominations and Ian Hawke. The body pillow shop, however, held a strange appeal. Not because of the pillows themselves, of course. The idea of being surrounded by hundreds of Ian Hawke faces was the stuff of nightmares, but I was curious about Brandon's business acumen. How did one even get into the niche market of Ian Hawke body pillows? So, about the body pillow shop, I texted, hoping to steer the conversation away from conspiracy theories and back to something resembling reality. "Why Ian Hawke?" I asked. "Don't get it twisted, man," he replied. "Ian Hawke is an icon, a misunderstood genius. Plus, the ladies love him." The ladies? I highly doubted that. But before I could question his market research, another text popped up. "Speaking of misunderstood geniuses," Brandon wrote, "what's your take on Spike from Buffy being trans? Think it's legit or just another woke rewrite?" Section 5. Whisper, Spike, and other strange discussions. And just like that, we were back in the land of the bizarre. Brandon seemed to jump from one nonsensical topic to another, each more baffling than the last. One minute we were dissecting the gender identity of a fictional vampire. The next, we were debating whether my uncle's questionable behaviour at family gatherings could be traced back to his fondness for Ben and Jerry's Cherry Garcia ice cream. And then there was Jeffy. Jeffy, the diaper-clad, potty-mouthed puppet from Super Mario Logan. Don't even ask me how we got there. All I know is that Brandon spent a good 10 minutes arguing that Jeffy was breedable before launching into a rant about how woke culture was ruining comedy. Section 6. Brandon's worldview, a confusing mess. It was exhausting trying to keep up with Brandon's mental gymnastics. He seemed to view the world through a distorted lens, one where everything was either a conspiracy, a social justice issue, or a reason to bring up bizarre, often inappropriate topics. Was he being intentionally provocative? Or was this just how his mind worked? Whatever the reason, I realized that Brandon's invitations weren't about the events themselves. They were a way for him to gauge my allegiance to his bizarre worldview, to see if I was one of them. And as much as I tried to understand, to find some logic in the chaos, I knew I could never be part of that world. My silence spoke volumes. Brandon never mentioned the events again.